So I have told you about insert menu. Under insert menu you can insert table. In the next sessions, further next session, you will learn about pivot table, picture, clip art. I have told you, and the shapes and the picture, and smart art you can insert it. And while using the Excel data, you can make any column chart, line chart, bar chart, pie chart, any other things. And you can also apply hyperlink, all these things which is there in the Word. Similarly you can apply all over here. Now page layout. If we talk about page layout, it is similarly like your MS Word. If you want to give some margin, margin left, or there are some custom setting, so it is a by default top margin, left margin. It is used generally when you are using the mm, print option, so you can do this. This is the normal one. Under this top margin is 0.75, and if you want to custom margin, you don't want these type of, but you want that it should be increased by this, so you can increase the top. And in the top margin like this, it is increasing, you can see. And header like this, and left like this, it is showing here. If you are increasing or decreasing like this. In the right like this. In the bottom this, and the footer also you can apply this. So it is generally used for print purposes, and in the print preview you can see how it is shown. So you are taking these margins. So in the page layout you can do that. In the orientation, sometime we want the portrait, we want the print in the portrait form, so you can print in portrait form. Or if you want to landscape, this means horizontally it should be there. Then print area, landscape like this. Size, if you want to print the document in the letter format, if you have a letter and you want to print in that, you can choose this. Or there are different sizes, generally legal. If you want the sheet should be printed in a legal paper, so you just go with that. And otherwise generally A4 and A3 sheets are used, so you can apply this. But some other sizes are also there, just like postcard. If you want to it is similar like in a Word. So print area, sometime what we want, we don't want whole of the matter should be printed, so you can select the print area. So you just select this one and print area, select set print area. I just want to print this one. So then if you want to add page, insert page break, likewise you can age page break. And background, what type of background you want, so you can choose any picture. For example, in the background you want this thing, so likewise, so you can insert background picture in this also. Print titles, if you want to give some title to this slide, so you can write it here. Print area may you can write it. You can apply all this. If anything which is not clear to you, just ask me in the doubt session. Then the width automatic, and the scale 100% scale. Or what? Then grid lines, would you like to show the grid lines? No, I don't want the grid lines, so it will disappear. In the heading also I don't want, so you can hide it from here. And selection pane means sometime what happen, we just want to select some portion of the things, so we can go with that. And alignment, where we want to align our things sheet in left align or right align, so you can go with that. And formula, the basic thing what I want to tell you about this one only. Control. So this portion I am going to tell you. So as you can see, there are automatically some functions formulas are there. So I'm just going with the firstly I'm going with the statistical functions. Firstly, Autosum function, like whenever you want to apply any formula in Excel, you have to put equal to sign. Then Autosum, if you apply Autosum, they will ask you the range, which range you want to see. I want this and Autosum. So it has taken here in which cell you are taking. So for example, here you want, so you just select this, then Autosum in this cell. So it is automatically done by the Excel, so you need not to write the equal to sign. In the similarly if you want to apply in whole of the data, so you just drag it, it will copy the formula. Then percentage, sometime you know how to calculate the percentage, like manually, you know, this cell is divided by this cell into 100, marks obtained upon total marks into 100, likewise. So you can drag this one. So how you can format the formula? Sometime what happen, if you want to you are not you want to format this formula, you want to put here the plus sign. So how can you do that? Okay, so if you want to do it directly, so it will delete. So what we do, we just select that particular cell. For example, I want to format the formula into this cell. I don't want multiplication, I want divide only. So press F2, then you can remove this thing. You want divide, okay, enter. So likewise you can do whatsoever you want. So how this, so this way you can format the formula. Now I'm going to tell you the cell referencing. There are three type of cell referencing: mixed one, absolute, and relative. First one is relative, then second one is absolute, third one is mixed. If we talk about relative, that means the column and the rows change when it copied. For example, just like you have seen, this is cell referencing. When you are dragging it, column and row has been changed, the formula remains same, formula will same. Just here you can see F2, you can see this cell E6 and G6. Here you can see E8 and G8. So the row and the column change when it is copied. So only the column and row has changed. The formula remain the same. When we talk about absolute referencing, I'll tell you in a better way. Firstly, I just want to copy this one and tell you how to do that. Control C. Similarly, you can copy the what you want. In this sheet, I want Control V. So you can increase the width according to your requirement. I don't want this. Delete. Now I'm going to tell you about relative, in which rows and columns changing, and column changes, not the formula. It can take in any ways. Then absolute. If we talk about absolute referencing, that means the column and the row does not change when copied. This is your absolute referencing. Now I'm talking about mixed referencing. Mixed references under mixed references, both the combination has been applied. So you can say the row does not change when copy, but column change. Or vice versa. It's depend upon your situation, what you want. For example, the column does not change, you want the row change. So this is the best example of relative referencing. Here the formula is copied. When the formula is copied, the row and column has changed. Here you can see, here also. Okay, when the formula is copied, the row and column both changes. If we talk about, if we want to fix one cell, for example, I'm giving you example of absolute. Under the absolute, for example, equal to, what we want, this cell should not be changed, okay, but this cell should be changed, okay. So this cell should not be changed, या फिर we want this total of these two, but we don't want that this should be changed. So to whom you don't want to change or fix the cell, you just put $sign before the cell or after the cell. You can write, or you want to fix this one, you just put $sign before G and after G, plus this one, enter. So what will you find? Just a minute. Here if I'll drag this one, what you will find, F2, you can see this cell remain constant, it is fixed in every case, but the column change. One column, maybe one row or one cell cannot be changed, or either if this is the absolute referencing. If we are using mixed, if we don't want, for example, if we don't want any changes in this one, like both the cell remain unchanged, I want this plus this into this, while copying the formula, equal to this cell, put the $sign. Here also the column is fixed. Then for example, you want this number should be fixed, put the $sign, press enter, this one. So in each while you are copying this formula, you will get 114 in every of the, because you have make it absolute. Absolute means the row or column whatsoever you want, you are fixing that one, that is absolute. If you are doing the mixture of both, one column should be changed and one row or another cell will not be changed, so it is a mix referencing. Like I want this cell should be changed, English mark should be changed, but statistics remain the same one. So plus statistics, I want to make it fix. So put the dollar sign before and after of the cell F. So what you will find, you just drag it. Likewise F2, you can see here E6 means this one is changing, it is changing, but in green color it shows that it is fixed one. So likewise you can see here, this is the formula, everything whatever you are doing in the cell, this has been shown here in the formula bar. Here you can see this cell has been selected, and here you can see this cell has been selected. Likewise, so this is all about cell referencing, mixed, absolute and relative. By default in Excel, relative cell referencing is going on. That means row and column has been changed while you are copying the formula. So now I'm going to tell you about different functions. First one is statistical function, and I have told you about, I think, Autosum function. If we are applying Autosum equal to, for example, we want this will be automatically sum, so sorry, equal to, select this cell, Autosum. Likewise, so by default it is relative cell referencing, Autosum is going on, you can see E2, G6 and so on. Then there are number of formula and function. There are financial function, I'll tell you later on, logical function, text functions. Under the financial function we are number of functions, and in this logical function, if and or not, true false will be there, and in the text these lower, mid, proper, repeat, these functions are there. In the date you can apply any year or date in any manner, and lookup and references, mathematical and trigonometric, and more function. Under more function you can get the statistical function, engineering, cubical and information. These are the functions. So I'm going to start with the statistical function. So for example, I'm writing here statistical function, statistical first mean, median, mode. I think you have read in statistics. Firstly is mean. Mean is also called average. So you can write equal to then average, bracket start, you want this one, average marks, enter, press enter. So this is 93%. Likewise we have calculate manually if we want to, for example, inserting a column over here. So I want to insert one more column to show all these functions. First one is average function. There are two ways for calculating the average. You just write average, bracket start, select the criteria or cell referencing. For example, I want the students, Amit has scored averagely in what he has scored averagely, so it is the average marks. And another way, equal to, just go to the formula, go to the statistics, and the pop-up menu come up and they will ask you about the number to whom you want to make the average. So I'm just selecting this one, then okay. So the similar answer will be appear. Mean, so it is also called mean, average mean, arithmetic mean. So mean, median. Similarly, you can enter by your own median, bracket start, select the range you want to. For example, median of all the students marks of all the student. I have selected this range, so all the subjects in, so this is the median. So you can apply here the statistical function median. Here it is, it will ask you the range. For example, I took this range only, so this, press OK. The similar one, mode is a most frequent item. Mode equal to, you can enter mode, bracket start. So you must have some number which is similar, the most frequent item. So I'm just selecting this one, this area, bracket close. So 65 is that number which has comes twice or thrice, so it has appear like this. Then you can calculate through this also. All the functions, statistical function are available here. Mode, this one, so it will ask you the range, likewise. Okay, then standard deviation, STDEV, standard deviation equal to STDEV, bracket start. Kiska standard deviation? For example, I want to select this area, this one. This is the standard deviation of all these subjects of all the students, and here also you can apply standard deviation, STDEV. Select the range. Okay, then median mode and minimum number. Minimum, if we want to know minimum marks, equal to minimum. So it will shows, they will ask you about the range. So I want the minimum number or minimum marks, so it is 21. Here also you can use, go to that statistical more function, statistical function, then comes your minimum. It will ask you the criteria, range of the cells. So here the similar answer you will find. Then maximum equal to max, bracket start. I'm just taking this range, all the marks of each student in every subject. Maximum marks in all the subject is 99, I'm sorry. Then the similar way, maximum, it will ask you the range. You need not to do anything, you just select the range and press the OK. So likewise, I want this color. I want grid lines between them. So maximum, minimum, mode, then correlation. For correlation is the function in the Excel. It will show you the relationship between two variables. It is generally between -1 to +1. It comes, the answer always come into -1 to +1. So correlation, it shows the correlation equal to correl bracket start. It will ask you the array. So you have array between two variables, x series or y series. For example, I want to know the relation between English marks and statistical marks. So I have selected this range, comma, this range, bracket close, enter. So this is the correlation. Likewise, in the, you can go to the formula, more function, statistical, correl, C correl, that will ask you one array. For example, I want to select the correlation between English and statistics. So you have to select the range. Okay. So the similar answer comes here. So likewise, minimum, maximum, mean, median,